Hey guys, this is Brian with USF1. Since we're talking about Sauber's drivers and we already talked about Pascal Wehrlein, now we're going to talk about Marcus Ericsson. Alright, when Marcus Ericsson was still a teenager when he won Japan's Formula 3 championship in 2009, he went into the final round behind TOM's teammate Takudo Iguchi in the standings, but clinched the title with his fifth win of the season after Iguchi spun out. It was the second championship victory in 3 years for the driver, backed by fellow Swede and former IndyCar racer Kenny Brack. After graduating from karts in 2007, he won the British Formula BMW Championship at his first attempt. Ericsson spent most of his year at the head of the points table and won the last 4 races. He made a promising start to his GP2 career with Supernova in 2010. He benefited from a pair of first-lap crashes in the feature race at Valencia to finish 7th, having started last. That put him on the front row of the grid for the sprint race, which he duly won. But he only took one more points finish that year and ended the season 17th overall. After moving to iSport, he figured more regular in the points despite a few run-ins with teammate Sam Bird, and finished the season in 10th place. His second season with iSport was a considerable improvement. He finally scored a follow-up victory at Spa over 2 years since his first win, which began a consistent run of strong finishes at the end of the season. For 2013, he joined DAMS, whom David Vaseshi and Roman Grosjean had won the previous 2 championships. Roman Grosjean is actually a current driver for Haas, if you don't know. But Ericsson's year began dreadfully, and after 10 races, had just 9 points, 8 of which were for his 2 pole positions. He got his championship back on track with a victory the next time out at the Nürburgring, and from then on figured much more often in the battle for podium positions. After being 20th in the championship after race 9, he recovered to 6th at the end of the year. Ericsson was picked up by Caterham, who handed him a F1 seat for the following season, making him the first Swede in Formula 1 for 23 years. Caterham would be in 2014, so they had 1 year and then they were out. 2 years and then they were out. But Carrot hit a little bit about his time at Caterham. Ericsson had little opportunity to impress at the wheel of Caterham's slow and unreliable CT05. Not surprisingly, given the car's poor handling, the beginning of his first season was punctuated with spins and crashes. The team was in trouble off the track as well, and at mid-season they were put up for sale by Tony Fernandez. The new owners pursued a more straightforward approach with the car's setup, which initially seemed to suit Ericsson better, and his performance improved. However, following the Russian Grand Prix, a shortage of funds forced the team out of Formula 1 altogether. Although they later returned for the final race of the season, by then Ericsson had already agreed terms to drive for Sauber the following year, and did not return to Caterham, and Caterham didn't even return to Formula 1, so it was kind of a good move. His time at Sauber last year brought Ericsson reunited with his former GP2 rival Felipe Nasr at Sauber. Although the team had moved on from its pointless 2014 campaign, it lagged behind on updates to its Ferrari engine, and a lack of aerodynamic development meant the car made little progress over the 19 races. Both drivers scored their best results in the final race of the season. Ericsson was 8th, 3 places behind his teammate. He might have done better the next time out in Malaysia after qualifying a season-best 9th, but he spun out early on. Ericsson made amends with another point in China, but again Nasr brought home more points, and the opposition were improving. Ericsson didn't add to his score again until Hungary, which proves the start of a 3-race run of top 10 finishes, which marked the end of his point scoring. Although his second season and his first full Formula 1 campaign gave Ericsson more opportunities to demonstrate his credentials to race at the top flight. Notably, when racing wheel-to-wheel with Felipe Massa in Canada, it was a campaign short of highlights. He kept his place at the team for another season, but did not shake off the impression that it was at least as much to do with his income as his ability, because Marcus Ericsson is theoretically a paid driver. Even though I can't find any information on it. I do know that he has major sponsors, which gives him most of his income. That's why he was able to land these spots at like lower teams like Sauber and Caterham, and even like his GP series, because his sponsors pay the other team money to give him a seat because they sponsor him. And teams need money to develop their cars, so they're going to be like if they're a team like Caterham or Sauber where funds are limited, a pay driver can come in and give them the funds to develop a car, and 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 then in return you give their sponsor a money, like their sponsor driver a seat to race it. So yeah, pay drivers have their need in Formula One. Unfortunately, a lot of Formula One drivers are pay drivers, but Haas is not. We have our own sponsors. We don't rely on sponsors, so we fund the team ourselves. But yeah, guys, that is Sauber. Their drivers Marcus Ericsson and Pascal Wehrlein. As you know, will be driving for them in 2017. Again, guys, I'm Brandon with USF1. Talk to you about the driver profiles of 2017. Yeah, guys, this is Brandon with USF1, your source for Formula One news here in North America. I'll be coming to you guys with some more driver profiles throughout the week. Stay tuned for that. Subscribe if you are new, and you can see those more. See those when I make them. So, till then, guys, take care.